Okay, so I just watched the first episode of the John Wick TV series called The Continental, and I gotta say it's pretty interesting so far. Now, I know a lot of people don't know about this show just yet because usually when TV shows are based off movies, the movies get more of the attention. So we're talking about Taken, we're talking about Terminator, a number of things. So each episode is about an hour and a half long, so basically little mini movies. It's a mini series, only contains 3 episodes, and once I cover the other 2 episodes, I will do reviews of them and let you know what I think of them. And I have to say, I was gonna cover all 3 in one video, but I figure since they're like mini movies, let me just do it separately. So let's start off with this. We have a good cast with this so far. Now, the only the only two names that I had recognized going into this were Katie McGrath. She was in the TV show Slasher. She plays the adjudicator in here. And then we also have Mel Gibson, who plays Cormac O'Connor. And then, of course, we have Colin Woodell, who plays the main character Winston. His brother Frankie is played by Ben Robson. Ray McKinnon as Gene Jenkins, and Michelle Prada as KD. And then Young Kate as Yen. And there's about 20 other names on here, and I'm not going to go through all 20 names. I might save that for the final video. But here's the synopsis to the first episode. This took place in the 70s. So 1970s New York City. After being separated for 20 years, brothers Winston and Frankie are about to be violently reunited. Frankie's just stolen a priceless object from Cormac O'Connor, the Continental Hotel's present hotel manager and a ruthless mobster from the brothers' past. To retaliate, the brutal crime boss sends henchmen to London to bring Winston back home to locate Frankie. The Scott brothers, Winston and Frankie, along with Frankie's fierce wife, Yen, use their street smart skills and dark underworld contacts to try and outrun Cormac's army of assassins. But just before all 3 are caught, Frankie must make the ultimate sacrifice. Now, for right now, I'm not going to put much spoilers in it. It's a little bit more difficult for me to do this one without the spoilers. Unless maybe I should just put... No, look. So, this is available to watch on Peacock along with the John Wick movies. And, of course, Ballerina just came out in theaters a couple weekends ago. It's going to be on Peacock in the next 3 months, I would say. I'd say 2.5 months, but 3 months to be on the safe side. So I think that this is a good genre with this show here. It's the same genre. It follows action, it's crime thriller, drama, suspense, all that stuff. And so that's the first episode so far. And I can't find, as of right now, I can't find any individual reviews for the episode unless, let me see what Reddit has to say. Brothers in Arms. Okay, hold on. Knives, the Continental movie rants. All right, let me see if this one says something right here. Nobody said anything on that one. And nobody's saying anything on this one. And of course, nobody said anything here. Okay, this doesn't make any sense. So I can say that it's like worth it. Okay, this is a little something right here. So somebody put in the John Wick subreddit of Reddit that says, this is a very basic question, but if anyone has watched the series The Continental, is it worth it? Like, does it explain the events of pre-John Wick era properly? Is it recommended to watch, to have a better understanding of the John Wick world and everything is fine, even if I don't watch it? One person says, don't expect the same level as the movies, but it's worth a watch. Another person says, it isn't considered canon to the rest of the franchise. Take it as a myth within the lore. One person says completely forgettable. Another person says it's pretty good. It does explain things pre-John Wick from a younger Winston's perspective. One person says this is terrible. One person says just watch it. Okay. Here's a little bit more of a detailed response. One person here says, I watched it back in late 2023 and I was extremely disappointed. I was expecting John Wick action like the movies, but only one episode had a sliver of that. It was in the first episode called Brothers in Arms, the only episode that remotely reminded me of the John Wick movies. It had the John Wick mag flicks, the iconic jacket covering Wick does to shield himself from bullets. The camera angles, gun sound effects we're familiar with, and that's about it. Everything else after that is such a step down and super forgettable. So many scenes were shot really dark for some reason. I'm not sure if it was the color grading or what, but it's super noticeable. The spinoff only works because of the fantastic world build-up and lore that John Wick has built on 4 films and characters, 5 technically because of Ballerina now. There were things I did like though, like the 70s vibe of New York, blah, blah, blah. The many callbacks to the films, Mel Gibson's cold-hearted performance as Cormac, and Colin Woodell. They said Woodwell, but it's Woodell. Colin Woodell, who played a very good young Winston for the most part. I just wish they had more characters from the films that make John Wick what it is, and stylish and choreographed action like we see in the movies. It's decent, but as a longtime fan, it doesn't deliver all that it advertised it would. Okay, and the person underneath said exactly what I said. That's probably the most proper and detailed review. So, that's it for the first episode. And what would I rate it so far? The first episode alone, I would have to give it I give it like a 7.58. We'll see how the next 2 episodes go. If you're watching this on Facebook, go to the comment section, you'll see the link to my YouTube. And go to my About section, you'll see the links to my Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram, TikTok. And if you're watching it on YouTube, all those links are those same links are in my About section on YouTube. Give me a subscription, help me out. I'm trying to reach 500 subscribers by the end of the year. Right now I'm at 426. So that's it for now, and stay tuned.